All right. We're good now. I had a little malfunction there.
I like
Fucking
your intro.
what's that?
I like the intro. It looks nice.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it. No, fucking dude. I don't know what happened there. Pissed me off because I was like, what is going on? And I couldn't do anything. I'm like, and I look at the internet, I'm like, internet's not working. Uh I guess my internet is sponsors FSU and they also didn't show up to play.
Or the University of Florida as well.
Oh, dude, Florida's down bad. I'm glad I let that state, you know. I'm glad I left that state. And look at them now.
It's
I left
Miami again.
Florida, and now look at Florida, how they are.
Now it's the state of Miami all over again. Just the way I like it.
What's that? It's just Miami all over again. Correct.
Yeah.
Miami's the only relevant team currently. Yeah, it was
Now the
bad. They
question:
couldn't stop that. It was like demoralizing because they couldn't stop anything.
which one you talking about? FSU over Florida or Boston College over Miami over FSU?
Both. But really, I mean, just right now, they couldn't stop Boston College. They had no answer for the RPO whatsoever,
Nope.
and that wheel route was they ran the same play like four or five times.
The same mesh route with the running back in the flat. Yeah, and then they just kept running up the gut too. It was hilarious.
It was terrible. I mean, it's just like I said, it's demoralizing because like you can't you literally can't stop that like whatsoever.
The best part about how demoralized FSU was their tight end looked like he wanted to punch DJU. Not advocating violence like that amongst teammates, but and then there were several times where DJU threw him a ball and then he just juggled it or couldn't hold on to it. So
Yeah,
it's like they took Florida State's receivers and tight end out of the game mentally with how bad
like I
DJU.
said, I mean, it was just they couldn't. It's like it was like seeing. I mean, it was like flashbacks, right? It was like seeing Dallas play the
Green Bay.
Rams all over again.
No, I got a game for you. I got the game for you that it looked like Dallas versus the Rams. Not really. The first 49ers Cowboys playoff game.
Yeah, yeah,
But
just
but
messy.
the
Just
only difference is our quarterback was actually good, like compared to DJU. Like
yeah.
our quarterback kept us in the game. DJU, man, that guy, like I don't know, man. I don't know how they do this 5-star ratings for quarterbacks coming out of high school or coming out of junior high, but man, you can tell the evaluators missed it with him. I'm
I
sure
mean,
it's a hard.
yeah, it was
I'm
that
sure.
Luke kid, that true freshman there, just waiting to get in.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a hard job to evaluate quarterbacks and stuff, but yo, it's clear they missed it with John Bosco High's DJU out here in LA.
Bill O'Brien just came with like 5 plays. He's like, we're gonna run these 5 plays. They're not gonna stop us.
Hey,
Like
shout
I
out to
said, that was like the most demoralizing loss I've seen in a while. College football. Like being like I get upsets, right? Because
yeah,
upsets happen. But an upset like that, where it's like you don't get upset, you get destroyed
yeah,
at your own at home. Like you
at your own
have
crib.
at your own crib. You're not even the best team in Tallahassee right now.
If I'm not mistaken, Boston College and Georgia Tech are still in the ACC, right? So you start 0
Yeah,
2 in the ACC already. You're behind the 8 ball. You're already eliminated from the playoff
this
contention.
game. No,
You're done.
they're done. They might play in a bowl game if they go undefeated from here on out.
Hey, you know what? I'm telling you right now, if this thing could go even farther sideways, like these players might quit on the team.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say they're gonna
I,
go win. I'm not gonna say they're gonna go winless, but it could be like, man, it would be bad if they pulled a Colorado 2022 season and go 1-12, 1-11. It would be bad, but I don't think they will do that.
I don't know, man.
I don't know how
So
bad DJU can get from tonight because he completed less than 40% of his passes. It looked like
I mean, he had guys wide open in the end zone, just
he couldn't
wide
hit them.
open.
He could not hit them.
He couldn't hit a flat. He couldn't hit
You know,
anything. And
we
five
have better.
yards, 7 yards away.
You remember this? The Anthony Wright to Quincy Carter era of Cowboys quarterbacking. That's what DJU reminded me of. It's that painful to watch.
That's a long time ago, bro. I don't know. I was a little kid, but yeah. I know what you're saying. It was.
Before Sean got a hold of
This is
Quincy,
college football, bro. I get it. I mean, I get it if you're a rookie in the pros and you got the jitters and whatnot. But
it should be easy
this,
to complete passes in the flat, man. He couldn't complete an out route to his receivers.
nah, that's
The simple stuff he can't do. He cannot do the simple, easy checkdowns.
no, just like I said, it's like the most simplest things. Like I don't even think they make the. I mean, RP, like I always told you, RPOs are like it's like a quarterback's best friend when you're coming into the NFL. But RPOs, in a system where like he's not even looking the edge, he's looking at the slant,
Right.
and then he's like it's too late. Like he don't even have the RPO down. Like he don't even have the most simplest offense down.
No, he doesn't.
And no, it was just I don't know. If you're an FSU fan, which I like FSU, I really do.
I'm
I
gonna
would say out
lie.
of all Florida teams, they're probably my favorite one or one of my favorite ones. But I think I like the fucking war chant. I think that's what it is. I like that. Oh
I'll tell you what.
shit, we suck today.
My hatred for FSU comes from not only from the University of Miami, being a fan of them, but also hating the Atlanta Braves growing up with that chant.
It's the Atlanta Braves. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. Who else? Who else is doing this war chant?
I think it's those three. But here, I got a story for you though. It was so bad in the '90s growing up because of the popularity of the Atlanta Braves and FSU coming up.
Yeah.
In Little League baseball in New Jersey, we in one of the years where we're in the, I think it was '93. Where it was a regular. It was before, like 3 weeks before the playoffs. Where my Little League A's team is playing the Little League Braves team. The parents and siblings of the Braves players brought a boombox and started doing the tomahawk chop in that
Oh
game.
no.
Like I was losing my
Damn.
mind. A Little League
That
baseball game
is
doing the
it's a little
tomahawk chop.
intense. That was a little intense. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I was like, we're all like what, 11, 12 years old, and we're like, what the hell is going on here?
Man, yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. But anyways, man, let me see if I can pull up real quick. Let's go down. I mean, I wouldn't even. There's not much to talk about with that game. It was just like I said,
It was
Bill
it was
Bryant is back. I guess, right? No,
it,
it was just
college
terrible.
coach is not bad at all. 15-9 college record. Shout out to Bill O'Brien before tonight. So he's now what, 16-9 as a college coach.
Mm, yeah, it's.
Give him a defense. Give him
Mm.
offensive line. He'll go.
What's crazy? That kid Castellanos. I mean, kind of remind me of. I mean, it's his stature, but he reminded me of Doug Flutie.
Got a little bit of Doug Flutie in him. Yeah, run around,
Yeah,
make plays.
they run
It was.
around, make plays. I didn't see a deep ball by him
I
at all, but
They didn't have to take a deep ball shot. Really, they were just running it down their throats.
yeah, it was like I said, it was just demoralizing. There was nothing they could do at all,
When
at
off,
all.
when you're demoralizing them with the intermediate and just running it on them, you don't have to take the shot.
Mm. Yeah, they it's terrible. It's
Yeah,
bad.
they were running a very simple offense at Boston College. I'm like, this is this is too simple, and Florida State can't stop it. With all that 5-star, 4-star talent they have on that team.
That was terrible. Real quick, I wanted to go down this little the schedule for week one,
Make it a little
and
bigger
we
so I can
got.
see it. Yeah.
Can I do that? Let me see. Uh, how do you do it? Sorry, I'm a little inept when it comes to shit like this.
What do you want to do? Guess the lines, or are you trying to pick
I
the
want to
game?
zoom it in. Zoom it
Okay.
in. So zoom it. Is that better?
Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have
So man,
game.
we're finally back, bro. Week one, football's here. Shit. Like
Merry football Christmas.
Merry. We're close to fall here in Texas, so the weather should be coming down a little bit. Not gonna
Yeah.
be too hot. You know, good vibes. Pumpkin spice is back in town. You
Oh,
know,
pumpkin pie.
so I
For
don't
me,
drink
it's,
pumpkin
no,
spice though.
for me, it's pecan pie season.
Pecan pie. What?
Yeah. That's
Really?
my that's I'm not a pumpkin pie guy. My sister is. I was a pecan pie guy growing up and still am.
Pecan pie. Oh yeah, pecan. Oh, pecan pie. Okay.
Yeah,
You say
pecan
pecan. You
pie.
say it in a whole different way. You know, I say in the Texas way. We say pecan.
Pecan.
Pecan pie.
Okay.
Yeah, no, pecan pie is marvelous.
That
That's the
brown
greatest
sugar.
pie there is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, we got pace and kick it off, man. This is a really good kickoff. I feel like, well, last year's was pretty good too. But this year you have two teams that are fully a go, right? So I think last year did Travis Kelsey didn't play last year. Neither did
No,
Chris
no.
Jones.
Travis,
So you had the little
he played in the opener. It was their defensive tackle who didn't play in the opener.
Chris Jones sat out
Chris Jones. Yeah. He was sitting with
and they
those two.
couldn't catch a pass.
Remember, he was sitting with those two agents, with those two mafia guys, the
Like,
press
in
box
the booth, bro. He was sitting in the booth.
with the two.
Yeah, yeah. He got paid, bro. He got
He
paid.
did. Hey, I didn't know if those were his agents or if those were some mafia guys protecting him.
Oh, one or the other for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, but just kick it off. I'm a little interested in this game because both have a good. I mean, both is like the AFC Championship rematch. Both have good defenses. Of course, the Ravens did lose Patrick Queen.
They did.
Um,
They did lose
I don't
him.
know how they're going to replace that because I think that's a pretty good. I mean, that's a hard replace. But the NFL it varies from year to year, right? So you might get
Yeah.
a guy who comes in replaces him, who might be just as good, better, or worse, and that's the big unknown when it comes to new players. Uh, but it's a good start, man, to the NFL. I do have the Chiefs pulling this game off.
What's the
Um, but what's the
I don't-
spread?
yeah, well, I don't mean to like distract you. Like,
Oh,
what's the
you're fine. Let me find out. So the
yeah?
spread, Chiefs Ravens spread is so the 3.5. No, I mean they're negative, so they're favorites by 3 points, but they're at home,
Yeah, you
so
get being at home. So yeah,
you
they're
get the
saying
home
that,
field advantage.
I like the Chiefs too. I actually think they're going to win this game. You know, I'm not look. I like Lamar Jackson. I like some of the players on Baltimore, but I'm just not a believer in the Ravens long term.
Yeah.
Like, look, we've seen them. We've seen them now for like what 20 years. Two
Hmm.
times in 20, like what 2 times in 25 years they've gone on a Super Bowl run. And the other times they'll put out good defensive play and they'll be in the playoffs and stuff. But and now with Lamar, they have competent to like top 10 quarterback. They have no, I'm gonna say it. They have a top 10 quarterback in Lamar, but they don't do right by Lamar, honestly. They don't like I know they got Todd Monken as the offensive coordinator, right? They finally did get Derrick Henry. They did get Derrick Henry. They got him a running back. But I don't know. I'm not like outside of Mark Andrews and maybe Zay Flowers, I still don't trust that receiving core.
Bateman. You don't trust Bateman?
Bateman, I mean, he's been there for like what, like 4 years now in that offense. Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, yeah. He's always been productive.
No, I
Um,
mean,
but
like
they're a run heavy team though. They're gonna
they are.
that's I've never seen Lamar Jackson have a high productive
But this is
offensive
a passing,
career
right?
passing wise.
This is a passing league. If you're going to be too run heavy, teams are just going to figure it out and they're just going to make Lamar try and beat you when your offense is so run centric. And when you don't have, when you're too left-handed, and you know the league is right-handed, they're gonna take your left hand away from you, or vice versa, right? It's actually if the league is one way and you're going the other way, but the league is going to continue to try and make Lamar beat you from the pocket, and until the Ravens can establish that Lamar can beat him, with his arm, beat the win with his arm, they're going to continue to struggle in the playoffs. So they can have nice regular seasons where they win 12, 13 games, right? But we know the story and dance is how this offense develops throughout the season because they can win the ugly game. We know the Ravens can win the ugly game. They can win the ugly game where Lamar doesn't put any touchdowns on the board. Hell, they did that last year several times, and he got the MVP with less passing yards and less touchdown passes than the leaders in the categories last year. I mean, shout out to Dak Prescott, who should have been the MVP.
Could have. You know, I'm not the biggest Dak Prescott fan.
I'm blaming Lamar. I'm blaming the Ravens.
But I would say that in the interest of fairness, definitely that was a Dak Prescott MVP season. If there ever was one, he's had a couple of them where he's up there. But you know, last year was like
was his best one.
I mean,
last year was the
best one.
Yeah.
But I think what did it for Dak, and it's not really like I said. This is all. It's a team football's
but I didn't want to bring
football.
Now I wanted to stick with the Ravens and the Chiefs, but like I said, so taking it back to the Ravens and the Chiefs, I'm taking Kansas City. I'm taking the point. I'll lay the points and I'll take the Chiefs in that one.
Yeah,
you know, defending champs.
Yeah, definitely will take the Chiefs winning by. I'll say by give me 3 points. Give me a Harrison Butker to win the game.
I mean, yeah, it could be it could very easily be a close match. And I do like the addition they made in the offseason when they drafted Xavier Worthy to add to that receiving core.
Yeah. You will see a goal ball. If people are tuning in for that, you will see a goal ball in that game. At least to an attempt. At least an attempt, right?
Yep.
Try to pull up here a quote for a little later that I really found interesting. But I mean, we're gonna go down the schedule. We do have you have Chiefs. I have Chiefs, right?
Yeah, I did. One last thing about the Chiefs. I did see that Derrick Henry said like he was brought in to basically win this game, right? I mean, those aren't really his words, but like I'm paraphrasing. I did see an interview he did that was aired on NFL Network earlier this morning, but yeah. So Derrick Henry knows what's up when he was signed by the Ravens. That like because he acknowledged that like he was watching that game last year, the AFC game, and he said like, hey, look, maybe I can be the difference maker in this.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. Most definitely can be.
We'll see.
But I doubt it. The Chiefs are defenses like it's elite. They have an elite defense.
The Chiefs' defense is underrated. They're
very underrated.
They're not given enough credit.
No, and they were the sole purpose they won they kept that AFC Championship close was them.
And their defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo is not given enough. He is not given enough credit as an elite defensive coordinator. He's going to go to Canton someday when he retires, just on his defensive coordinator resume.
I mean, yeah, he's not, like I said, he doesn't get enough credit.
I mean, he was the Giants DC when they took down the undefeated Patriots in the Super Bowl. Yeah. That's how good of a mind he is.
Took away Randy Moss. I mean, you know, he's like, you're not gonna beat us that way. You're gonna beat us. I mean, yeah, I think he's got a guy has a track record, man. So,
when you're a team that's contending, you need a salty old man coaching your defense that's been around the block, that knows how to make an offense struggle. Spags is one of those guys.
Spagnola, man. And then coming down, so I got the Chiefs winning, you got the Chiefs winning, so we're on the same page on that one.
Yep.
Let's see.
Packers.
We got the Packers and the Eagles in Brazil.
So I heard this game may or may not be played in Brazil.
No, it's in Brazil. They're flying out tomorrow.
Did you hear about the forest fires that were laid out that happened?
No, that's been going on for a while now. It goes on around this time, bro. They have forest fires usually last year and a couple years past.
So the NFL is going to make a decision, I think, between Tuesday and Wednesday about where to play this game.
I don't know. I think they
They, they
a lot of people are already in Brazil, man. I think some of the
I
people that work for the teams are already in Brazil, like the production teams,
understood,
the
but there was something that came down today, in the morning about that.
ooh,
I could be wrong. I was watching FS1. I was watching the Nick Wright show in the afternoon. So the first things first, and that's where I heard it. So
uh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think like they had a contract to play in Brazil, right? And I think there's so
they
much
oh
money
they
invested. They're gonna
can't wear green. You can,
well, Green Bay can. Green Bay
right,
because Green Bay has a bigger fan base in Brazil.
right.
Um, so they people would not get miss Green Bay has the Brazilian colors, right? They have the yellow and green.
Yeah,
So
right. The Eagles, if they play this game in Brazil, they're gonna wear black, and it's
they're
their
gonna
home.
wear black helmets, white jersey, black pants, but they're gonna have green, midnight green lettering, or the letters will be midnight green.
Yeah,
But that's a tough game, man. I don't know. You know, I mean, Green Bay's coming off a lot of momentum from last year. And
they
I
are.
know it doesn't really transition, you know, because it's a whole new season, new personnel. But they run a really good scheme in Green Bay. You know, they still got one of the top cornerbacks in the league. You know, they run like a 3-4 defense.
Yep.
I forgot who their edge rusher is. The left edge, the one who runs off the edge from the left side.
Drawing a
He's
blank.
yeah, I don't know their people by name. They have Randall Savage.
Yeah.
They have I think he's a slot corner or he might be a backer. Well they have Edgerrin Cooper who they drafted in the second round,
Really
who was
wanted
one of
the
my favorite. Say it again.
I really wanted the Cowboys to draft Edrin Cooper.
Yeah, but we got Marshawn Nealon. I'm not too upset with that one either. I can be honest with you. I'm not too upset with that one.
Yeah, no, I like Marshawn Nealon. I'm not mad at the pick. I'm just saying like Edrin Cooper was a really good. I'm just saying like that's how
No,
good.
yeah, it would have been great to have him for sure.
It would have really been great to have him. Can't complain about Marshawn Nealon. What I've seen of him in, what the footage coming out of both the rookie camp, OTAs, and training camp, and then
Yeah,
getting a little bit of action in the preseason too. Like he looks
yeah.
really good.
Oh,
He
he's
looks
a
like,
missile,
but again,
but he gives me a lot of overshown like type player. A missile. He's gonna go and I think Overshown might be a little bit has covering ability is better than I think uh Cooper's pass rushing ability is better than Overshown's,
yes,
but Overshown's cover you know he's got a safety's background. He's got a safety background, so I think
that's
his covering ability is better.
that's actually why I like Cooper, is because of the pass rushing ability that it allowed you to move Micah around as a chess piece and
Yeah.
blitz from different positions and not just
Yeah.
play defensive end. You could kind of interchange players around. But I like the Nealon pick. I can't complain at all.
Can't complain about that one. You know, at the beginning I did complain. I'm not gonna lie. Why lie? I was like, what? But
Nealon was a
then I
guy
looked at
like this. Nealon was one of those guys in the mock draft season where I could never land him, but I was
really
aware of him. Like he
crazy.
would,
PFF actually knocked those, got that down, got one down. Then
because here's the thing, right? I was always so focused on Edrin Cooper or even that linebacker from Michigan. I'm drawing a blank. Carlson, right?
Junior Colson. Hmm.
Yeah, so those were the two linebackers I was focusing on in the late, either as late first round or early second, or in second round pick status, right? Depending upon
Yeah.
whenever they were, whichever mock draft site you were using, right?
Yeah.
So I was well aware of Marshawn Nealand but I could just never get him. I could just never mock him to me at the right spot. So I was like, it'd be nice to get him here, but we need something else right now. But so like when we got him, I was like, okay. Like I was,
Can't complain about that one. I looking at it now. I see it like okay, you get the pick right for more of
yeah,
a you know when you're a kid you're like I want this toy but your parents are like no I'm gonna buy you clothes because you need clothes you know you don't have clothes you need clothes not toys right so I
Yes.
get the pick, and it's like, we'll get the toys later, right? Your parents would always tell you that. We'll get the toys later, and then we got a toy. We got a Marissa Leafau. We did get we got a Cooper Beebe. So there is some toys that you're gonna get later on. It's just not
I'm
gonna
still
be when you want it. So I
waiting
I get it.
for the 2004 toy that should have been Steven Jackson. It never materialized. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll say like it became DeMarco Murray, third round pick in 2011, but we had to wait 7 years for that one to materialize. I
Right.
mean, no disrespect to Julius Jones, but he just wasn't Steven Jackson.
This is two typical Cowboy fans. We were talking about the Packers and the Eagles, and we're talking about the Cowboys again.
Let's take it back to the Eagles and the Packers so that they don't kill us, man.
No, look, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. This game is that's a good game. These are really two back to back, really good games. Week one,
This should be a
so
good
far,
game.
it looks really promising.
This should be a really good game. I think. I don't know what to make of the Eagles on offense or in their secondary, right? Based off of what happened last year at the end of the season. That's why I got to give the edge to the Packers in this game. I don't know what the line is. And I bet you the Eagles are favored. Only
They are favorite, yeah.
was it
So Eagles, Packers, odds. So the Eagles are favored by 2.5. So it's basically a close game. It's
and
basically a toss up.
and it's disrespect to the Eagles, and it's not because I'm a Cowboys fan. I genuinely right now just think at the start of this season, I would trust the Packers more in this game than I would the
Yeah.
Eagles.
Well, so the Eagles have a Vic Fangio defense now.
They do. They do.
Their scheme is different. So they were going from a 4-3 Gannon defense to a 3-4.
Yeah.
Even though they always had Fangio, I guess the Fangio playbook or the Fangio traits, they are running a 3-4 personnel, which I think would favor their front end because I always thought Jordan Davis was a better one tech than a three tech.
Yeah.
And then you got Jaden Carter, who is and then I'm gonna say it, I think right now in football, one of the best three techs there is in football.
Got to hand it to him.
Gotta hand it to him.
The other
And then
three
you got
tech I would throw up there is Kalijah Cansey from Tampa Bay.
oh
That's,
yeah.
that's the guy I wanted us to get, but they beat us to the punch in 2022. I like Mozzie
Oh
Smith,
yeah.
but that was my but Kalijah Cansey out of the in the deep was my preferred DT.
Yeah.
Next best being Mozzie Smith. I know they both do two different things. One's a pass rusher, the other one's a run stopper. But
Kind of. But yeah.
the
I know
one
what you mean.
Mozzie's supposed to be a run stopper. Kalijah Cansey is you get after the quarterback kind of guy. So
Yeah. And stop it. He's another Aaron Donald type of
Yeah.
like, I mean, not at that caliber, but you know what I mean.
right. And I would put him more of like if Melvin Ingram played three tech, that's who Kalijah Cansey is.
Now in the Eagles secondary, their corner group, I don't know, man. They lost, Bradbury, which basura. And Kenyon Mitchell was a high profile player coming out of the draft, probably one of the best corners coming out of the draft.
Yeah.
And then they have Slay.
They got the kid from Iowa too, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's rotating or where he plays because Devontae Maddox is back, their slot corner.
Man,
he might be back for like 4 or 5 games, but he'll be back.
Right.
Can't stay healthy. Their safety group, they're okay. They're decent, decent safety group. Linebacker core is, I don't know. They have a lot of faith in a Devin White and a Kobe Dean.
Kobe Dean, yeah.
That's been they've been struggling a little bit in the linebacker. And you know what? We know firsthand linebackers matter. Linebacker lives matter.
Yes. Linebackers do matter. So do defensive tackles matter also.
Yeah. Which I think their front end, they got
they're up front. They're good at the defensive tackle spot. You got to hand it to the Eagles. They probably got the best in the NFC East, I would give their defensive line because of the two defensive tackles.
Second,
I would have to say they have the best defensive
the
tackle.
Giants. I would say the Giants have the best defensive tackle group.
You would say the Giants over the Eagles?
Oh yeah, the Giants D tackle group is probably the best in the NFC East.
Okay. I was gonna go with the
Collectively, we had the best edge rusher
Oh yeah,
in the NFC East.
we got the edges. We got DeMarcus Lawrence, we got Marshawn Nealon, we got Micah Parsons. Like we got the edge group locked down. You can't
Yeah,
beat
we
that.
have Osa. We have Osa Odigizua.
Yep.
We don't know what Jordan Phillips is going to be. We don't know with we have a different scheme. So it's just
Yeah.
this is week one. We don't like all these power rankings, all this stuff. We don't know what's going to pan out to be.
The only
Um,
index I look at, I don't even look at power rankings throughout the season. The only thing I look at is the ESPN Football Power Index, week 1 to the end of the season. That's the only
like
thing
the
I.
colorful graphs,
What's that?
the color charts.
No, I don't look. I don't look at. No, I only look at the ESPN Football Power Index. I put faith in that one because I think they accurately have the right pulse on every team in the league, and it's not just about the Cowboys. It's about every team. Like, I just find because I feel like DVOA puts way too much reliance on last year's stuff going into this year. When teams change when teams change in the offseason, coaches change, coordinators change, personnel changes. So you can't really take into consideration last year.
Yeah.
And I feel like DVOA is way too biased into the previous season.
Yeah.
That's my little soliloquy about Football Outsiders.
Would agree. I got the Packers winning this game too. I got the Packers winning this one by 2 scores.
2 scores, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean at least 15 points.
Interesting.
No, this is not a knock on the Eagles. They
Right.
are a good team. They have, I mean, arguably one of the best, but the best wide receiver group in the NFL. Well,
If I was, I'll just say this: if I was betting over unders, I would stay away from this game because I don't know if it's a low scoring game or a high scoring game.
I don't know if
Like I don't have a read
they
on
have
it.
Josh Jacobs, so they can run the ball. They have a good offensive line. They're
They got
young. They're still a young team.
They got Marshawn Lloyd from USC to back up Josh Jacobs also.
I think he's hurt. He's not. I don't know if he's playing. Yeah, he's hurt.
Okay, good to know that. Fantasy.
Yeah, he's hurt. Yeah. Well, last time I saw he was hurt. He wasn't gonna play. But yeah, and I think AJ Dillon's also out. So
yeah, I think AJ Dillon's out for like an extended period of time, right?
he's out for a while.
Yeah,
Really out for a while. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the contract boy, Mr. Jordan Love.
same here.
I just think that they have a better squad, and it's nothing for me, bro. I'm not like I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of the game. I just don't see the Eagles defense holding up. Their offense, it might be a high scoring game. It might be, like let's say 20, 21 to, I'm going to go outrageous. 35-21 is what I have to score.
Ooh.
Something like that.
Yeah. Around 28. I might have this game around 28-21. No. 28-24. Around there. Packers.
Yeah. I'm being a little bold here, but I do think the Packers, just their offense is still a little, I don't know I don't know. This is the first game. This is the big I don't know, right?
Right.
Eagles they didn't come off a hot, they come off that big loss against Tampa. The Packers came off that loss against San Francisco. So we're kind of going based off of last year a little bit, and they didn't lose anybody personnel-wise. That makes me think that they should not, they should not.
I'm also interested to see what Kellen Moore does with Saquon Barkley as well.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't think that didn't really move the needle for me. Even if we would have got Saquon, I still wouldn't have moved the needle for me either.
Cowboys fans were complaining about we didn't get Saquon. I'm like, look, we didn't lose out because he's always hurt. And that's not a diss to Saquon Barkley. I like Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
It's just that if we're going to spend money on somebody in free agency, we need someone that's dependable, right? You need someone that's
Yeah.
available. And Saquon has shown in his career that something always happens with him. He always breaks down. But I
Something.
wonder what like in the Eagles system this year. Other thing I wonder too with the new offense that Kellen Moore brings, what's going to happen with these running backs in the red zone? Is Jalen Hurts going to be the running back that takes all the touchdowns, or is Kellen Moore going to actually be like, no, Jalen, we're going to make you a passer and you're going to hand this ball off?
Well, I've never seen Kellen Moore in an RPO scheme. So I mean, if we're
Right.
gonna go, he's got an Eric Coryell background.
He's
So
got,
I'd assume that he's gonna be a pocket passer.
but he also has a spread background from both Boise State and with Scott Linehan too. So
Yeah.
the two mesh because of Jason Garrett, his time with the Cowboys, right? So
Yeah.
it's interesting what's going to happen with what they do in Philly.
Interesting. I think they're gonna have a. I mean, I think they're gonna have a decent year. I don't see them. I see them dropping off a little bit, and I don't mind eating crow later on if I'm wrong. Like I said, it's all fluid, right? It's a week by week basis.
Yes,
I just don't. I don't know. If I'm an Eagles fan, I would have a lot of question marks. Um, and I guess we'll see Friday. But I have the Packers winning by 2 scores, 35-21. That's my score. You
I
got
got 20.
28-24.
Yeah,
Moving on to the Falcons and the Steelers. We're gonna kind of skim by this so we don't pass an hour.
I'm just
That's
gonna
about
say
an hour because we'll end up talking till like 4 in the morning here, right? And
I'll
my
say,
camera's gonna die at some point.
and my phone will lose charge at some point too. I'll say this: Falcons, the Falcons should win this game.
Good. Me too.
Uh, I
What if-
Falcons by
oh,
about
the
a at least.
Atlanta, excuse me.
Because I watched a little bit of Pittsburgh in the preseason. They did not look good on offense.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. Pittsburgh's defense will always keep them in the game.
They'll keep them in the game, right? Right. I got this one like Falcons 20-17.
You know what? I got a change of heart. Give me Pittsburgh 21-14.
Oh, okay.
Give me Pittsburgh. I don't know. You got a Kirk Cousins coming off of Achilles injury. You know, I think the Falcons are going to be like a team that picks up a little bit towards the mid part of the season. Um, yeah, give me 21-14 Pittsburgh. Let's see if I'm wrong or right later on.
Okay. Next game we got is Cardinals at Bills.
Good game. This is a good game, bro. This is an underrated game right here, I think.
This is
You got the
probably
Cardinals.
one on the main screen on Sunday morning. If you're
That
at
would probably, yeah.
you're main screaming this one.
Let's do it.
All right. So look, I'm not a huge fan of the Bills, not a huge fan of Josh Allen, but I got to give him the respect and be like, look, Bills by 14 here. Regardless of what the line is, I gotta say Bills by 2 touchdowns.
I can tell you real quick what the line is. I don't know what the line is by memory. I don't, but
And that's no
the Bills
disrespect.
Cardinals line is.
And that's no disrespect to Gannon either as a head coach.
Shout out to Gannon, man. That's a Mike Zimmer protege.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals are actually favorite.
The Cardinals are favored?
No. The Bills are -6. Excuse me.
Yeah. I like the Bills in this one. The Cardinals are traveling across country. I'm just look. I just said what I said about Josh Allen, but you can apply that 20 times more to Kyler Murray. Like I'm not a Kyler fan.
You got a Marvin Harrison Jr. You get a good running game. You know,
I like the talent around him. I'm just not sold on Kyler Murray. You know, like I liked him in like. It's one of those things. Like something about him, I just don't see it. Like, yeah, I know he can play. I know he can make. I know he's a playmaker. He can. He's got the wow plays in him. It's just, can he put it together and just I'm at a loss for words for what I'm trying to say and trying to articulate what it is that like I just don't
Don't
see a
try too hard.
I don't see a complete quarterback in him. Like I see a playmaker in him. I just don't see like can he consistently win you games? Like this is a game I don't think he can win.
Okay, playing in Buffalo, a little the crowd is pretty tough on you. And
Yeah,
I did see him go to Philadelphia and beat the Eagles at Philly.
that was
So
a good one. That was a good one, you know. And I did have I that was one of those times I actually did back Kyler Murray in that game.
okay.
So I'm not trying to look like a hypocrite here, but I mean it's one of those things where it was also this, right? The Eagles were in a free fall at that point too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is where Kyler Murray can catch you if your team is slipping.
Yeah, he'll put the dagger on you for sure.
Remember in 2021 when they came to
God,
Dallas.
yeah, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, yeah. That
Remember
game.
2021 when they came to Dallas at the end of the year?
Yep,
And the Cowboys were in a little bit of a struggle at the end of the season.
sure do.
Kyler was beating the shit out of us that game.
Yeah,
That was kind of,
relentlessly.
that's the kind of game where Kyler gets you when you're not on your A game. I feel
So
like
you,
I feel like the Bills will come out on their A game.
I don't know. I don't trust it. The Bills lost so much on defense. I don't know if I can trust the Bills.
I trust their offense though. Even though I don't, even though I'm not the biggest Josh Allen fan, I trust what they did though. Relying more like, hey, look, we're gonna limit like you've been turning the ball over. Okay, now we're gonna go to the run game, and
Which
we're
they
gonna
have.
okay, you're clashing with your receiver. We're gonna get it out of the room, and we're gonna draft you a young receiver that you can mesh well with.
Yeah.
I like the Coleman pick for them.
Keon Coleman.
Yeah, dude is dude is funny as hell too.
Oh, he's a character for sure. You're not wrong there. Definitely a character.
Hey, I could end up being wrong about this game, and the Cardinals end up, blowing the brakes off of the Bills. But
Week one's weird, man. Week one is like it's the hardest to me. I would say like once you're about 3, 4 weeks in the season, you kind of already got a hint of what all team does, right? You'll see all the plays,
yeah,
personnel, schemes, of course, and also availabilities. Players come back, players get hurt. Um, I gonna go with the Cardinals in this one, actually.
all right,
I'm gonna go Cardinals by 3. Give me
you
the
got Cardinals
Cardinals
by
by
three.
upset. Yeah, but I got them by upset. I don't know. I got them by upset. Could be wrong, but Jonathan Gannon's a good DC man. He's a good DC.
Your volume has gone low. I can hardly hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
It's not
Oh,
as loud as it was earlier,
let me
but I
see.
can hear you.
Yo, 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 yo. We good?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, okay. I hear you. I hear you
Okay,
fine. Yeah. Um. So I got Cardinals by 3. You got,
okay,
and I'm not even gonna give a prediction. I'll give 2017 Cardinals.
all right. And I got them. I got it 24-10 Bills.
Okay. We'll move on to Titans and the Bears. We get the
Ooh,
debut by Mr. Caleb, Mr.
I
Lincoln
like.
Riley himself.
Yep, yep. I don't know how about you. How do you feel about Caleb Williams? I'll ask you first.
I think he'd be the real deal, man.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm not gonna hate. I think he's gonna be the real deal.
I like Caleb.
I
Yep.
like Caleb. I like him too. I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, I would say I like him, but I don't see why the kid gets all the slander he does.
It's because
Um,
like the crying in your mom's arms after the loss, or like some of the stuff like
oh, dude, you know how many things we're human beings, man. And
right.
that's the thing. We're human. We're human. We
Exactly.
have ways.
I
He's
would rather him
he's
cry.
like us, so he's gonna go cry to his mom. It doesn't make him weak. It's just
No, it
how
doesn't.
people cope with their emotions. Bro, if the cameras were on us at all times, God forbid, man, all the shit that we do behind the cameras and closed doors. But can you imagine having a camera on you at all times? You can't even be emotional in peace.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't
and
pay that too much mind.
as a from one guy to another, right? Like we do a bad job as as guys in general. We do a bad job of managing our emotions. I'm
Yeah.
actually impressed that he didn't give a damn and he actually like just let it out after losses like
Yep.
that. I'm like, because you know what? That tells me he wants it and cares.
Good for him, as he
Yeah,
should, man. You know, and it is what it is. I think he's gonna be. I mean, I think the Bears are set up really well. This is gonna be. This is another good game. This is like a really interesting game because you
they
get the
got
Titans. They got Tony Pollard now.
yeah,
They got this the right tackle from Alabama.
yeah.
I forgot it was a big old kid, man. Forgot his name. They got
The draft so long,
Devontae Sweat.
the draft is so long ago. I would have to pull up mock drafts just to remember some of these names from the rookies.
Forgot his name. Massive dude. They got Sweat coming in. Their nose tackle.
Yeah,
Uh, give me the Bears. Give me the Bears by 2 scores.
I'm with you on that. I
Give
will.
me the Bears by 2 scores.
Bears by 10.
Yeah, I'm very black and white, so I don't really do a lot of close scores 'cause I know that they're never really close unless it's like a high profile game, right?
I trust
Week
Caleb.
one,
I trust Caleb Williams more than I trust Will Levis. And I'm a huge fan of Caleb Williams. Let's just
yeah,
being
give me
in here.
Caleb by 2 scores, Caleb. Don't
Yeah,
let me down because I'm actually putting money on this game.
I will be
I
putting money
have
on it too.
I feel very confident. Yeah,
Now,
my
will
wife didn't hear
will
me
you
say that.
parlaying this game, or will you just bet this game individually?
I parlay. I'm gonna parlay week one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the way to do
yeah,
it.
I'll parlay. I don't say what points because you guys get an idea where I'm at. I have like a wide spread that usually benefits me in the future. Um, yeah, I'll be really out. Like I'll be a strikeout or I'll be a home run. It's gonna be one of the
Yeah,
two. There
it
will
would
really
be.
never will be a base hit.
Yeah, it's either a home run or I completely whiff on my bets.
You could really whiff on it. Yeah,
But now, if I bet
shit,
the
it happens.
here's the thing: if I bet individually, I have a higher percentage of wins. Those same games that I put in a parlay, I'll end if I just bet them straight. If I just bet those games individually, I come out
Yeah,
with a better record. I find.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm always like chasing the big money payout, right?
Always have to, bro. Always have to be. Um,
But hey,
going
gambling.
on. Oh,
Hold on. Preface this though. Gambling it can be an addiction, so don't only gamble what you can afford to lose, and in within your limits. I will say that we're just clowning around here. We're not throwing around big money. Maybe I mean maybe Steven is. I don't know about me, but like myself, I just gamble to have a good time. I'm not trying to I'm not betting the mortgage payment. So
no, 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 no. When you get
yeah,
to that point, man, you gotta go seek help if you're
yeah.
if you're betting the
One
house.
gambler if you're having that problem.
Yeah, yeah, go seek help, man. Seek help, please, please, guys. If you're going that far, seek help.
Yeah.
You know, uh, but no, no, I don't have that kind of money to be betting like that. My wife would kill me if I bet the
Oh, my
house.
wife would kill
My
me.
wife would kill me if I bet a mortgage payment. So no,
But did
I
you ever
would
see,
bet, just to have fun, right?
but speaking of gambling though, did you see the movie Two for the Money?
No, no, I've never seen that one.
Check that one out. That's a movie to watch.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's it called?
Two for the Money. It's got Jim Rome in it and it's got Matthew McConaughey. He play,
Rome, huh?
yeah, he plays Matthew McConaughey plays a former college quarterback who becomes a bookie.
Two for the money.
Al Pacino's in it also.
Oh, Al Pacino. Yeah, this is oh yeah, from like the mid thousands. Yeah, I remember this movie a long
This is
time
a
ago.
fucking amazing movie, dude.
I check
You'll
it out.
you'll love it.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Got the Patriots and the Bengals, man. I think this game's gonna suck. This is gonna be one of I don't know. I don't see much into this game.
Bengals
Give me
should
the
beat
Bengals.
out of the
Should beat
Patriots.
them. Give me the Bengals by 5. At least
What
5.
what's the line on this? I'll give you a
Okay.
score. Give me the line.
That's a line. Bengals, Patriots.
Did you see any?
Bengals by 8.5.
Oh, okay, good. I like the Bengals by 2 touchdowns.
I don't think they cover.
You don't think so?
No, I like New England's defense, man.
I like their
I mean,
But look, I feel like this will be like the Patriots coming to Dallas last year.
Well, if we remember that clearly, the Patriots were supposed to beat Dallas.
They were so. That's what everyone said, right? Everyone said
Yeah,
that.
we lost to the Arizona Cardinals, and we were supposed to lose this game too.
And then we beat
So
off them nicely.
we beat the brakes off of them. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, that was a welcome back, Zeke. But
This
moving on, I got the Bengals
this
by
is your
5
the AFC South Championship preview. Colts and Texans.
right here, right here. Shane Steichen, or whatever. Steichen.
State of
Uh,
yes
Shane
versus
Steichen. Yeah.
versus D'Amico Ryans.
RPO guru, I would say. Uh, you get a talent like like AR Anthony Richardson, who can run the ball. He can throw the ball. He
He's got
he brings.
an origin story as Trey Lance a little bit, right? Like not many college reps coming straight to the NFL. But you know what?
God, but
He did show something last year though before he got hurt. Like he showed he can play. And I'm not trying to bash our quarterback, our third string quarterback, who's officially been named the third string quarterback. But
for
I
this
just
week,
I
that's
had
what
to
Ben McCarthy said. For this week,
I just had to get this out there, Cowboys Nation. Trey, I'm just
I don't honestly. I don't know many Cowboy fans that are rooting for Trey Lance, but I digress. We're talking about the Colts and the Texans.
but yeah,
Give me the Texans by 2 scores, man.
I like the Texans in this matchup.
Give me Texans 28-17.
Nah, I like the Texans 24-21.
I have to write these down because we're gonna come back to these. We're gonna come back to our scores, see how bad we're off or how close we were. We got the Jags and the Dolphins. Man, Tua is in. I'm in one of these leagues where I
This
put a lot of money to get in.
okay, if Trevor Lawrence is him, this is a high scoring game.
Oh, dude, I
This will
got the
be
Dolphins molly-whopping the
this will be a
Jaguars.
fantasy football delight game.
Can the Jaguars neutralize the Dolphins defense by running the ball? That's the question I have.
You know, at the end, man, gotta give him the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Was it no
And
Tyjae Spears with the Titans? I was gonna say something
you know,
about Tyjae.
and they have Tank
They have
Bigsby.
another running back.
They have Tank Bigsby as the backup at the
Tank
end.
Bigsby. There you go. That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got Dolphins winning. I got Tua in one of my fantasies, and then one of these leagues that I'm like really important to me that I have to win. And
By
he's
the
my
way,
quarter. I have him. So I have Dak and I have Tua. But I have Tua starting this game. I have benching Dak against the Browns.
I got Dak starting.
Well, I mean, between these two, I mean, who's going to give you the higher payout? It's going to be Tua, I think.
Look. I trust Dak. I trust my fantasy roster in general, but let's just go back to this game. I got the Dolphins.
Well, as I'm saying in this game, because like if I had Dak against the Browns, I don't favor it as much as first productivity versus Tua versus the Jaguars.
Look, if you got Tua on your fantasy team, you got to play him. I don't have Tua, so I am starting Dak.
Oh, you have to.
I'm just saying that.
I think Tua has a really good game. This really good game here.
But upright, this will be a Tua fantasy delight. And I start all your Dolphins, folks. You start Jalen Waddle. You start Tyreek Hill. You start who? I mean, you start A-Chain. You start Mostert. You start. Is Jalen Wright is Wright hurt or is he healthy?
Jesus Christ! I forgot they had that kid from Tennessee.
Play him too.
No, he's a rotational.
Play him. He might get garbage time touchdown right there.
Yeah.
Is there? I
manage your rosters.
I feel like there's another receiver we're missing on the Dolphins right now. Did they draft a receiver last year? This past draft?
No. They acquired Odell Beckham, who's not playing. But
if you have him, I'm kidding.
I got the Dolphins winning by. Give me the cover. I mean, I don't know what the spread is, but I would say they +6.
Dolphins 42, Jaguars 28.
Yeah. I can go with that. Saints and the Panthers. I got the Saints winning. I'm not even going to get into this.
I'm not even. Look, I got the Saints winning this one. I'm not even watching this game.
No, I don't care for this game at all. But I don't care for this one or the next one. But yeah,
Olave on my fantasy team. Shout out to him. But yeah, I'm not watching your game, buddy. Just score for me. That's all I'm asking.
I got Alvin Kamara on one of my other
The
leagues.
unwatchable bowl. Speaking of unwatchable bowl, we got the next one: Vikings at Giants.
God. Uh, fuck, I don't even know how to score this one. This is a
Give me
weird
the
game. I'll give me the Giants. Come on, give me the Giants.
G-men. Give me the
Giants win this one.
Danny
Give me the
Dimes.
little Giants.
Look, Danny Dimes is going to keep both teams in this game with his throwing. Fuck me, man. I'm sorry. Can I say the F word here?
Say yeah, the attitude era, bro. You can suck whatever the shit you want.
Man, Danny Dimes is going to keep both
Right.
teams in this
Both,
game.
both teams in the game. God,
You saw that pick six he threw in the preseason?
it was fucking terrible. That's why I got back Trey Lance because Trey Lance outdid a lot of these quarterbacks that are starting.
Man,
With their starters in the game.
remember last year the Giants fans were telling us they closed the gap? They couldn't fucking close the
Oh,
gap.
'cause they got
Now-
Darren Waller last year.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that game was
Danny,
that was one of those games for them. Now, I mean, it was tough to watch.
Danny Pesos. Give me Danny Pesos by a field goal.
Yeah, they got a field goal. I'll give them a field goal. Just because their defense is still pretty good.
Watch this game end up like 12-9.
This is going to be a low scoring game, bro. I think
This
it's going to
will
be
be
like a 16 of a weird baseball score. Give me a 6-5 or some shit like that.
Safety involved in this one.
It's going to be a safety and a field goal for the Vikings, and then the 2 field goals for the Giants.
This game
Yeah, I think
has potential to be a good game and potential to be a bad game. Raiders Chargers.
give me the Chargers.
Minshew, man.
Hardball's debut. It's going to be a Raider Nation at the SoFi Stadium, so they'll be really the home team.
Yeah.
I think both.
No. Raider fans will be the home crowd.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it'll be a Raider crowd in LA.
As always for the Chargers, they're always the visiting team in their home stadium, whether it's San Diego or LA.
It's always been that way, bro. Even when they played in San Diego.
I'm so pissed the Chargers followed me to Los Angeles, and here's why. In the mid 2000s, when they got LT and they got Breeze, and then they had little Phillip Rivers as backup quarterback, they implemented a rule around 2004. If you want to buy single game tickets to the Chargers, you got to buy two other games just to see your out of market team if you're not a season ticket holder. So
that's crazy.
Shout out to my friend Matt Goebel, because if it wasn't for him getting me one of his season tickets to go with him to the opener for the Cowboys Chargers in 2005, I'd have to buy not only the Cowboys game, I'd have to probably buy Chiefs game and a Raider game that year. Fucking Chargers. I hate you guys.
Terrible. That's fucking terrible.
You got Chargers, people make fun of Jerry Jones and our ownership as the Cowboys. Dean Spanos is the worst owner in football. You heard it from me.
Jerry Jones tried to buy the Chargers back in the day.
You know where Jerry Jones is from, right? Los Angeles.
LA. Yeah. How the hell? I think he was born there, but I think he was raised in Arkansas.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the way Jerry Jones says Los Angeles just gets it to me.
Bro, he's made. Well, we'll talk about the Cowboys later, but he's made LA like a Cowboy home. Well, lies. You know what? The Cowboys been playing there before Jerry Jones. They were Thousand Oaks.
The 70s. Yeah, hats off to the 70s Cowboys. They did it first. With
Gil Brandt was
Gil Brandt.
True. Yeah.
Coming
Brandt,
into the backyard and just training up there and right next to Oxnard. I forget the city right now, but
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks, yeah. And then even a few years, I think one of the Jimmy Johnson teams might have also done one season.
Thousand Oaks, yeah.
At Thousand Oaks, but then most of the time they were in Texas for training camp.
Austin,
and then even
they used to be in Oregon actually before. They used to go to Oregon and train. So they've been doing this a long time. This is not a Jerry Jones thing. This is way before that.
Shout out to Jerry Jones for making Oxnard basically permanent now for the last 15 years.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
I'm enjoying it. I can go now whenever I want.
I got the Chargers. I think the Raiders suck. at quarterback.
I don't know. I like Minshew, but I don't like Minshew. I like Minshew. And I like Devontae Adams, and I like their head coach Antonio Pierce. I don't know about the rest of their roster though. I wish they had Josh Jacobs still because I would have picked the Raiders. I don't trust their running game just yet.
Zamir White. That's it.
That's basically it right now, right?
That's it.
I
So
like
I got him on fantasy too.
I like what the Chargers are doing right now, man. They got Jim Harbaugh, and then they got it's Ravens West out here. Meanwhile, I
Right.
shit on ownership for the Chargers, but I do like
Shout out to Jim Harbaugh, bro. Took the Niners to the promised land.
No. He didn't
2012.
take him to the promised land. He took him to the doorstep, and then decided to throw fade routes with Kaepernick to what's that receiver from Texas? Crabtree. When you had Frank Gore, people bag on the Seahawks with Russell Wilson throwing it instead of handing it off to Marshawn Lynch. Don't forget, it was Jim Harbaugh and the 49ers who did that shit first by not handing it off to Frank Gore in the red zone to tie that. They could have taken the lead.
Yeah. Yeah, the wacky ass game.
But
I
hey,
got the Chargers. Give me the Chargers by 2 scores in this one.
give me the Chargers. 21.
Nah, fuck that.
20.
I can't go 2 scores.
Give me the Chargers 24. 14.
I was gonna say 24-10, actually.
I got 24. I got 24-14.
24-10. Okay, 24-14. We're close.
That's 2 scores,
All
right?
right.
2 scores.
Yeah, it's 2 scores. Broncos, Seahawks.
Oh.
Shit, how do you score this one? Give me a Seahawks, dude.
The Seahawks should take care of them. They should. On paper, this is not an even match.
I got Kenneth Walker in my fantasy, so I need a lot of points from him.
Sniped on Kenneth Walker. I'm lucky
What?
I'm lucky I got Jackson Smith and Jigba in my ESPN league today. Give me the Seahawks by 2 scores.
Seahawks 2 scores.
I got this one 35-17 Seahawks.
Okay. I got them by at least a score. So what's the spread on this one? Let's see.
This is in Seattle too.
Correct.
And they got Bo Nix starting this game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the Seahawks, Seattle is favored by 5.5. Yeah. I say they cover that. They cover that.
Wait. You're gonna bet on a rookie to cover the 5?
So, I mean, the 30-year-old rookie.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I think they got a 5.5 spread. For sure they cover that.
I feel like that Seahawks line is too low. That's not enough respect for the Seahawks.
At home, 5.5. So you're basically
outlandish with the score. It could very well be 24-17 or 28-17. That's still a better spread than 5 points. Like the talent disparity between these two teams, you have to give the Seahawks.
I got Seahawks covering 7.5.
In the draft, look at the draft picks that they've accumulated and hit on, or should be hitting on.
They've been drafting pretty well lately.
And then look at the lack of draft picks by comparison that Denver has had in making that Russell Wilson trade.
I thought Drew Sanders was gonna be pretty good, but he didn't pan out the first year.
Like Denver's got no players. That's the issue. Like they should get blocked door here.
Well, they let go of Judy. Judy's not there. We'll see him. We'll see his ass Sunday.
Marvin Mims Jr. Who else is he gonna throw to?
Sutton, pretty much.
Man.
Who is also on my fantasy.
I like Sutton, but like, come on. He's
gonna be the go-to guy.
You got on the other side, you got Geno Smith throwing to DK, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Lockett. Then you got both Charbonnet. You go Walker the third and Charbonnet getting the ball.
Yeah,
Plus,
I got Seahawks winning this one.
plus whoever they have at tight end. Like the Seahawks would have to totally shit the bed here.
It's possible.
Like I have the Seahawks contending to win the division this year.
Holy shit!
They should win the West.
I got the Rams, but
the Rams should be the two favorites to contend for the West because I have the Niners falling back to the pack. You know this, right? No NFC winner no NFC loser in the Super Bowl has gone back to win gone back and won their division the next year.
Yeah, well, the Eagles didn't do it in 2023.
The 2015 Seahawks were a wild card team.
Yeah, 2001 or 2000 when the Giants win, they lost to the Ravens. The Eagles won the division, or the Eagles won the conference. Yeah.
Yeah. So in 2000, the Giants went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Ravens, right? The next year, the Giants weren't even in the playoffs. Then the Rams lose to the Patriots in the Super Bowl in 2001, right? They don't even make the playoffs in 2002. Then you got what is it? I think both the Bucks and the Raiders don't even make the playoffs in 2003, which is ironic. The Bucks actually won the Super Bowl too.
When they when they went to Philly, they had to go to Philly for the NFC Championship.
And then the Panthers, they lose to the Patriots in 2003, right? The Panthers don't make the playoffs. The Panthers 04, they don't make the playoffs. 04, it was the Falcons.
Actually, no, it was 03. You're right. It was 03.
Yeah, but 03.
No, it was 04 February or January.
Yeah. I'm just saying, but like 04 season, the Panthers don't make the playoffs in 04. They don't. It was the Falcons who went to the NFC Championship game that year in 04, and then they don't even make the playoffs in 05 or 06 for that matter, or 07 or 08. No, they don't make the playoffs in 05, 06, and 07. They cratered. What do you call yeah? When you lose in the Super Bowl as an NFC team, making the playoffs. Shout out to the Eagles; they made the playoffs last year, but after losing the Super Bowl, but you really don't go back to the playoffs.
That's the Eagles, bro. They had a 10-1 record, and they beat all the hard teams.
Then that was football guys going, okay, you lost the Super Bowl, we gotta fucking teeter this now,
bro. Did you see that? I don't know who it was. It might have been some guy. I don't know his name. He does beat rights for the Cowboys. He put this record, but I don't fall into all that superstition stuff too much, even though it's kind of true. It was like I might have to go back to it and read it. But it was we'll talk about that. Oh, Mike McCarthy. He goes to the NFC. He goes to the wild card, loses, and then won the Super Bowl in year 5 for the Packers. So that's something like that. And then year 5 for the Cowboys. Oh, year 4 he goes to the wild card, loses. Year 5 he goes and wins Super Bowl. And then Dallas, year 4 he goes and loses to the Packers in the wild card. So they're saying this year it's the Cowboys, which who we're talking about next is the Dallas Cowboys against the Browns, where I have Dallas winning 24-10. I think it's gonna be
this one. I go back and forth on what the score is, but I have the Cowboys winning. One day you ask me what the score is going to be, I'll say 24-17. Next day I'll say 35-17. I just don't trust the Browns offense.
That defense is solid, man.
That defense is solid, yes. But I'm going to stick with 20 just for the purposes of this. I'm going to say 27-17. That's where I'm going to land. Cowboys by 10.
And the Browns are favored by 2.5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy. There's gonna be a crazy amount of Cowboy fans there at the Dog Pound.
Oh yeah,
insane amount.
No disrespect to the Browns, I love your fan base. You guys are passionate football fans. I just don't trust your quarterback, and if Chubb was healthy, I would actually make this a closer game. Probably give a little bit of an edge to the Browns, actually, but. If Deshaun Watson is forced to actually have to be the hero in this game, I don't trust him.
He's like real vulnerable to getting sacked. You put pressure on him, you do disguises. It's like
you spy him. him in the pocket.
Spy him, yeah, because he's gonna run with the ball. He
You
doesn't
spy him,
have.
and then you contain him, and you got him.
I think Mike Zimmer, man. I trust the old guy. I trust the old guy who's actually on the sideline watching the game.
Yep.
So give me the Cowboys 24-10.
And
We'll
I got
call it a day right there.
7-17. So we both got him by 2 scores.
Then we have the Bucks and the Commanders.
This is going to be a sneaky good game. This is going to be a sneaky good game, Bucks and Commanders. This might be that game where in the middle of the Cowboys-Browns game, depending upon how good it is, they might cut away to Bucks Commanders.
Might be, yeah. I got the Buccaneers winning, though. Give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks by 10, bro.
I'm not betting against Baker Mayfield either.
Give me the Bucks by 10. They've been there. They had a really good season last year. They just signed their left tackle. They signed Dave Winfield Jr. Is that his name, Dave Winfield Jr.?
Antoine Winfield Jr.
Antoine Winfield. God, I'm thinking of baseball here. I'm thinking of the Yankees.
That's my favorite 80s era Yankee is Dave Winfield.
Danfield Jr. Dan Winfield, yeah.
To Don Mattingly. I love Don Mattingly also. But I rarely ever pulled a Don Mattingly baseball card in the 80s when I was a little kid. But I pulled a bunch of Dave Winfield Yankee cards. So by default, Dave Winfield is my favorite Yankee.
I actually went to a baseball clinic of him when I was a kid. Dave Winfield, a baseball camp. He was the host. He was cool. I was a kid, man. I remember that ball might be somewhere around there that I had signed by him.
And in San Diego at the Padres game on the season opener in 2001. That's when they announced he was. That's when they announced he was going to the Hall of Fame, and he said he was going to go to Hall of Fame as a Padre. So he made a presence on opening day, and he was shaking hands at the Padres store. So I went to the Padres store and I shook his hand.
That's cool.
Yeah. I actually said I always appreciated you as a Yankee.
Oh yeah, you told him.
I told him that because I don't know if you know the story, right? The Yankees ran him out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to let him know that.
That's nice. I'm sure he felt better.
I'm sure he didn't give.
He's like, who the fuck is that kid? But anyways, yeah.
Who's this?
Hey, actually, I'm surprised, man. There's these guys, like I said, they're human, man. They hear something like that from somebody who and it might positivity, whether it's from somebody you know or you don't know, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
But give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks by 10. Give me the Bucks by 10. Give me
the Bucks by 10 also.
Give me a 21 to I can't say 21-11 or 21-10. Nah, shit, 21-17. I'll double down. I'll say by a score.
20-10. 20-10 Tampa Bay.
Okay. We got the Lions and the Rams. Was it a rematch? In the divisional round? No, divisional round was Bucks and the Lions.
This is the Matthew Stafford Jared Goff Bowl.
Yeah, this is the coming back to Detroit for Stafford.
Oh, give me Stafford. Give me Stafford.
Just paid Jared Goff last year. Jared Goff got that money.
So give me Stafford in the points this year.
Give me Stafford winning this game, bro. I got the Rams winning this game.
You got Stafford, Puka Nacua, and
Kyren Williams
and Cooper Kupp, and you got a rookie Blake Corum in there too.
You got a rookie Blake Corum. You got Kyren Williams doing punt returns.
You got that kid,
man,
the kid from Texas. What's his name?
Whittington.
Jordan
Whittington.
Yeah.
You got. You got Jared Verse. You got Brandon Fiske, who I'm sure FSU missed today. You got that other rookie that Pat was I think he was one of the best defensive tackles last season. I forgot his name by memory, but he was like a 3rd or 4th round pick. They did trade their Mike linebacker.
Kobe Bryant last year in 2023. Yeah. That's the guy from I think it was Wake Forest, right?
Something like that.
He's cool.
Not like a big time school.
Yeah.
Give me the. It's gonna be a field goal. Give me about a field goal. I can't go too far. I gotta say.
And his name is probably not Kobe Bryant either. I got the name wrong.
Jesus Christ, Kobe Bryant? No.
You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. You know who I'm talking about too.
He's a three
I'm
tech.
not. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Well, we'll come back to that later.
we'll come back to that.
Uh, give me the Rams by 3.
Give me the Rams by a touchdown.
And then we have Monday Night Football with Bill
Dun,
Buck
dun,
and
dun,
Troy
dun,
Aikman calling it.
dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Give me the Jets. Give me, as a little kid from
Aaron
Big Daddy
Rodgers,
would say, the
championship.
goddamn Jets.
The goddamn Jets.
Yeah, give me the Jets winning that game. Trent Williams not there. I don't think he's gonna play that game.
Who?
Well, nah.
Trent Wil-
Trent Williams, he's holding out.
They still haven't taken care of Trent Williams. I can't believe this.
Here, blindside. Can you believe that?
Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets in this one then. Aaron
Give me the
Rodgers,
Jets.
Robert Saleh coming back to take care of mop up some Kyle Shanahan.
Can Aaron Rodgers finally beat the Niners?
I think he has won in San Francisco against Kyle Shanahan once.
Yeah, it was like a
It was
2017 or so. It was one of those. They were really good that year,
yeah. It was 2021, I think, when they did it.
2021.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do it. I don't trust the Jets just yet, but I think
I mean,
I like them in this
the
spot.
offensive line. They did draft that kid from Penn State, Fashanu.
Oh, Fashanu, I love that kid. I love that kid.
Yep.
Oh,
They drafted him. He's a fucking dog. And then they got Tyron Smith
hats
coming
off,
back to SF.
hats
You
off to
know,
USC's own and the Dallas.
USC zone.
He's going to go in as a Dallas Cow. I mean, you don't go in as a Dallas Cowboy in the Hall of Fame, but he will be a Dallas Cowboy for life, even though he's a
He will
Jet
probably
Red.
retire a Cowboy. Like probably sign a 1-day contract.
He
Play for the
will.
Cowboys and retire a Cowboy.
He will come home to Dallas once his Jets days are over.
And then he'll get his go jacket at some point. He's one of the greatest of all time.
And Jerry Jones will present for him, or Tony Romo, or Dak. One of those three. Most likely, because Jerry likes to steal the thunder.
Of course, make it about him.
Yes,
Gerard.
Jerry.
Definitely Gerard. Now, I
Gerard.
wanted to share this thing with you now so I can pull it up. I should have to pull it up over here. Oh, it's on this screen.
Shit, my DoorDash is still at the door.
Are you kidding me, bro? You are insane. Poor
Hey,
guy.
I'm dedicated to the podcast, man.
Hey, man, appreciate that. Appreciate that. You're a good guy.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
care what people say. I don't care what people say about you.
Thank you.
I wanted to share this this little quote. Shout out to Patrick Nosy Walker. This is some trash editing that I have here. But yeah, it's like a Maris Liafu on Mike Zimmer's message to defensive rookies going into week 1. This is what Leah Fowles actually, Leah Fowles actually,
We mentioned him, but yeah, this is good. I like it. Yeah,
he says,
just cut
he
it loose.
told us to just cut it loose and let me do the thinking. Leah Fowl overshown and others plan to do exactly that. And that's from Patrick Nosy Walker. Shout out to him. Voice of the Star.
I like it.
That is, if you're a Cowboys fan, man, you should feel like that is very encouraging.
Yes.
Very encouraging, especially for rookies.
Yeah, just go out there and play with your hair on a fire, and let me guide you.
What did you do with the gun?
What?
The gun.
No, not done yet. Almost done.
Huh?
Almost done. Give me a second. Oh, the gun. Yeah, so my son just came in right now. But man, I got the. It's gonna be a very good game.
Yes.
Probably one of the most interesting games because it's a different scheme from the years past. There has been, a very big emphasis on things that we lacked in previous years. The run stopping. We did have a lot of turnovers. We were excited to see on defense. I think a lot of us were crying to see a change with Micah. Keeping him off the edge, having him roam around, play off the ball. And really having this young talent like Michael Parsons, who's probably one of the best defensive players in the NFL. Having him as a chess piece, having him as a they call him the lion, but I see him more as a velociraptor. You know,
Uh,
he's more of a come here. He's more of a he's more of a you know a
that your son?
he has that ability where he can do it all.
Yeah.
You know, well, I guess he could be a lion. You know, he's a knitting lion, but
Yeah.
he's got. But yeah, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous for some of the players like Super BB. I mean, I'm not nervous for them, but you want them to excel. Hold on a second. You want them to excel. And you've got Tyler Guyton, who's going to go against the best defensive player in the league. You got Leah Foul, Overshown. You see Overshown go down last year, so
Right.
that was very discouraging. And then having him come back, and you just say question like, does he gonna have in the back of his head, that injury what he had. You got Dak going to his. This is weird. You got Dak going to his final year of his contract, which maybe a deal will get done by then,
Yeah.
which would be really big. You got CeeDee Lamb coming. Didn't practice all off season, wasn't there.
Right.
Um, is he going to be cold? But there is like Kalen Carson. You got Kalen Carson coming in and filling in for Deron Bland, who's out. Um, then you
Shout out
have
to Carson for getting the starting
shout
job.
out to Kalen Carson, Mr. Walking Seatbelt, dude. The guy's a dog, bro. I got
Yes.
to see him live. I mean, you could tell he's got that. He's got that. I'll say BDE, but we all know what BDE is. You could tell he's got a swagger to him. Uh,
Yeah.
and Ryan Flournoy, man, I
Yep.
can't wait to see that kid move up the depth charts. I saw Dak go at him a lot. Dak was feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
Um, and it's crazy because he's a rookie, right? He's getting
You
all the
know,
looks.
in a way, the CeeDee Lamb holdout helped Jalen Tolbert and Ryan Flournoy a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, definitely. Well, what really helped Flournoy was, we're gonna go back to Mr. Trey Lance. Trey Lance, because that was his highlights were to Ryan Flournoy. All his touchdown passes were to Ryan Flournoy.
Yes, they were.
So, right, so that was his go-to guy, and it was it was very obvious that this kid, you know, he's mentored by Chris Carter. Chris Carter is an amazing. I mean, he's got a whole podcast show. He's got a whole uh channel on how to be a receiver.
Yeah.
So anybody, give me one second. Anybody who is mentored by a player like that at that caliber, one of the greatest, Chris Carter.
Yeah.
Uh, I was a big
Shout out
fan of him growing up. I was a little. I remember Dante Culpepper and Chris Carter. Man, I was a little kid. I remember seeing them, and I was like, Jesus, guys are. I mean, I remember him just being a big fan of him. Ryan Flournoy is wearing number 80, which is really big in Dallas because now we have 88 and 80 on the same field, bro. Like, this is
yeah, not
crazy.
Irvin and Harper.
Alvin Harper and Michael Irvin, like, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
as Dallas fans, there's a lot to look forward to this year.
there is.
Um, yeah, so it's gonna be one of those things. I have a 13-4 record, and
I
people
do
call me
too.
crazy, or I'm not even trying to be a homer. I am the
But
most least homer Cowboy fan there is out there, I think.
look,
I would not be a homer.
but I'm objective. Like, look, I looked at the schedule. I just eyeballed it. I said, look, right after the draft, the schedule came out. I looked at it. I said, yeah, 12 wins is very plausible, but I got it at 13.
Fair. I
13
got
is.
13, anywhere from 11 to 13, but I got 13. I'm going with that one.
I'm sticking with 13.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna get going. I got a little boy here. He's like,
Sure.
I need to put him. I ain't know why he's still away. He's got school tomorrow, and then you
I,
got a DoorDash waiting for you at the door.
yeah,
Freaking Taco Bell. So go take care of that.
will do.
Give a
All right,
nice tip. Say thank you for waiting, man.
will do. No, no.
Hey, bro, appreciate having you on, guys.
Yeah,
Um, and people who tuned in, thank you. We've
yeah,
had 30 followers, which is a pretty good number. Granted, the time it's pretty late. If you guys can give my friend here, Rohit, a
oh,
follow
yeah,
at Ro Puri, which is ROHPURI. That is his Twitter handle. Very
yes,
good guy, very knowledgeable. Do not talk about Dak Prescott near him because he will fight you. I've seen him. He'll fight you. He'll bite you, or he'll do something. Uh, so when you come with the Dak Prescott, you gotta watch your tone a little bit because he will come with the facts. All right. But no, great guy and football head. He's a football head. So
Shout out to my guy
give him a
Steven.
follow, man. Give this guy a follow. Great human being.
And shout out to my guy Steven here. His handle
Stefan.
at
Stefan.
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 Your handle is what? Attitude
Blitz
Era.
Dallas.
Blitz
But I have
Dallas.
a lot of names. I have a lot of names. Dr. Range. But we'll get into that later on. Why Dr. Range? Why all of this? But
Sure.
appreciate that. Yeah, Blitz Dallas is my Twitter handle.
Cool.
But yeah, man, we'll do this again.
Let's do it.
Thank you. It was a last minute thing if you wanted to go live, and I appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you. And we'll touch back on next Monday. We'll probably get on and talk about the scores and all that after
Let's
the
do it.
Niners and Jets game.
Absolutely, man. Let's do it.
All right, buddy. You have a
Peace.
good night, man. Thank you.
All right.